Hey there, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Thanks for checking me out. If you're watching this, you are the resistance. Just kidding. So, let's talk about love. Everybody loves love, right? So, why is it that a lot of people you meet just seem indifferent, seem angry, seem hurt? So, why is it, what's going on in the world? Most people don't, and I talked about this before, don't have what quote unquote access to their higher chakras. They're hurt, they're didn't didn't have something happen in their life. They've been mistreated before. So they're dwelling in their lower chakras and they don't have the access to the higher chakras. And what do I mean? What's a chakra? So a chakra is just like, it's just energy. It's in your body. It's just you, man. You just got it there. And it's like when two lines cross, where let's say you have one going to your legs and coming up to your body, and let's say it meets your hips or something, it meets it there, and that energy, that impulse, that nerve impulse meets another area, and then that, we call that a chakra when it kind of does that. But it carries information within the body, right? So you got this information that's coming back and forth. You have feedback from your environment, and then when that crosses into another area, when you get two together or three together or four together, we call that a chakra. Chakra means wheel, and just means the energy in your body where it's meeting other energy, okay? And people, once you have, over time, we use that to comprehend our environment. We condense it, so, and then that information ends up having a name like a certain chakra, but it's just that is like, let's say, like a way of comprehending, like not an eye, but it's a way of information processing. It's not just your brain, right? So we have that, and then what you do is you basically, if you're really into, let's say all you're thinking about is shelter because you're homeless, then that's all your first chakra, because you're all about survival, and that's what it is. So when reality keeps you in that kind of a loop, then you're all about your first chakra. You're not up to there. So when you finally have a safe home, safe environment, and safe this, then you move up a level, and then you could dwell in other things. Now, so a lot of people don't have what it is food shortages and things like that, scary things. It plays to the first chakra. It plays to those first lower chakras, and those are important things. I'm not minimizing it, but what happens is when you feed into that negative loop, what happens is you're into that system, and you don't get to access the higher areas because we're just kind of in that feedback loop. And then what happens is that you're just kind of in that area, and then because of the law of these vibrations, you're getting the symptomatic response. You're getting that back from your reality. So if all you're worried about, and you're worried about life, you're worried about food, you're worried about shelter, not saying you shouldn't be about certain things, right? But when all you dwell on is those things, then that's what is going to be presented back to you. So the people who are, other people who are, don't have to worry about food and shelter and those things. They finally feel like they conquered it, so they're working on a different chakra level, but they're still, dwelling on that fear aspect. But they want to keep you in that fear control loop, so you continually stay in that negative, mind state, so you're easily manipulated. So that's what really goes on. If you look at the news, and the news, unfortunately, is a way for them to make money and put it out there. The news used to be really good for a lot of people, but what it does is it shows you the negative aspects of everything going on, because that's important. It's for survival. We want to know, hey, did this person, there was this horrible thing that happened, but then we feed into that fear and that negative loop, and then that's what's a lot of times what's going on. So the way to break that cycle is to get to prayer, to get to meditation, and then give trust to the universe. You control what you control, and what you can't control, you can't control, right? So we just pray and we think about it, and be positive. And I know it sounds trite, it sounds contrived, but when we give up those negative aspects, then you get out of that negative feedback loop, and you end up dwelling in a higher aspect of self, and then more positive things can happen to you. I was watching a show last night, and the guy's like digging for gold, and he's just like, and they look around. It's this show on TV, and I was just like, he finds a nail, and then they're using metal detectors, and they're like, oh, I found a nail. He's like, great, we're on the way. And everything he found, he was like, oh, I found another nail. Oh, that's awesome, we found a part of a dwelling. And then they're like, and you're like, most people would say, I'm looking for gold, but I just found a nail, this sucks. But he's like, great, we're on our way. And they kept digging and digging, and eventually they're going to find something. So it's staying positive, all right? Thanks so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. I love you guys. Peace out. Bye-bye.